Elsewhere now, at least 3 bus passengers have died and 6 others undergoing urgent treatment after their bus fell off a bridge into the Moika River in the Russian city of St. Petersburg. According to emergency service, 4 of the 6 were unconscious and the other 2 were in serious condition. Emergency crews raced to the scene of the accident and a total of 9 people have been rescued, with all passengers accounted for. Authorities say the driver of the bus, which carried about 20 passengers, has been detained. And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has fired the head of the state guards following a failed assassination plot. It comes as the Ukrainian Security Service arrested 2 colonels in the state guard who, they said, had planned to take President Zelensky hostage and later kill him. Mr. Zelensky dismissed the leader of the state guards by a decree signed on Thursday evening. He had been in this position since 2019 and previously led the president's personal security unit. The Ukrainian Security Service claims the assassination was meant to be a gift for Russian President Vladimir Putin, as was sworn in for a new term in office on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Ukraine has repelled a Russian armored attack in the northeastern Kharkiv region after Moscow's forces launched an incursion across the border and sought to break through defense lines. According to the city's regional head, Ole Chernovov, Russian reconnaissance groups had tried to penetrate the border, and in that not a single meter has been lost. The local head in the Ukrainian city of Vochkansk said the city had come under heavy attack from the early hours of today and civilians were being evacuated. Authorities said Russian airstrikes had struck the city using guided aerial bombs with the support of artillery. The VOA's Anna Chenikova is in Kyiv for us. Anna, great to see you. We saw pictures of the bus some minutes ago plunging off the bridge into St. Petersburg River. We know the river has been detained, or the driver of the bus has been detained. What are you hearing as regards details of the arrest?
Good afternoon. Well, at this point, the information that we have is that apparently the accident happened due to the weather conditions as one of the reasons, as the weather in Russia is, particularly in that area, is getting worse, and the conditions for driving especially are quite difficult. Also, what we are hearing that either 4 or 6 people were confirmed killed. It's difficult now to say not killed, sorry, but who died due to the accident, because it's difficult to say now the exact amount as far as we understood from the report, because some people remain under very bad condition and under clinical death. So we will have still to wait until the final number will be announced. What we also hear that people are rescued, the rescue operation is ongoing, and people are rescued from inside of the bus, which is completely under the water now. Also, yeah, the information about the driver is not yet announced. Like, we don't know exactly what happened to the driver. It could have been that certain health condition was the reason for that, or other reasons. So at this point, it's difficult to say. So we'll be waiting for the official report on that, which apparently should come sometime soon.
So, Anna, the Russian forces have also launched an armored ground attack on the eastern Kharkiv region. Thankfully, the attack was repelled. Was that attack predictable?
Yes, this is what happened in the early hours of May 10th, today, as we are talking. And this is something that Ukraine was ready for. As President Zelensky mentioned during his press conference today, that Ukraine, and well, Ukraine was and Ukrainian allies were talking about the fact that Russia is preparing new offensive, more powerful offensive, and more intensified attacks in certain areas of the front line. And we're hearing about this for months now, for a couple of months now, and everyone is predicting that this is supposed to happen in May, at the beginning of summer, or end of May, and now is middle of May. So basically, Ukraine was kind of waiting for the moment when this will start. I had a chance to talk to people who live in the Kharkiv region. What they are hearing is that a lot of people were actually informed by the internal sources within the region that the attack should happen over the night, and this is exactly what happened. And people were kind of ready with their belongings, the most important belongings, packed, and petrol and cars, vehicles full of petrol. At this point, there is no information about people being massively evacuating from that areas, but local authorities invite people to evacuate, especially from the areas which are close to Russian border. According to Ukrainian military officials, no land advance was reported from Russian forces. Ukrainian army managed to repel the attack. However, there is a certain area which is a so-called gray zone, which is very close to the front line between to the border between Ukraine and Russia. And at this point, we cannot say for sure what's happening in that area because the situation is just changing every minute.
And are the troops gearing up for a summer offensive in Ukraine in the coming weeks? Reports indicate that Russia is possibly seeking to capture the regional capital, Kharkiv.
Yeah, Kharkiv is considered one of the main targets for Russian forces, and it looks like, again, due to its location, due to its closeness to the border with Russia, it looks like this will be one of the important targets for Russian forces. And as we can see from today's attempt by Russian forces, Kharkiv direction is definitely one of the priorities. Well, yes, as we already discussed, Ukrainians and Ukrainian allies are talking about this offensive for a couple of months now, and everyone is talking about the fact that this should happen in the beginning of summer. So definitely Ukrainian forces, first of all, and Ukrainian society as well, Ukrainian officials are ready for such scenarios. And here in Ukraine, everyone hopes that U.S. aid and additional aid from other allies will arrive soon and will arrive on time. And in this case, Ukraine will have much better chances to repel this offensive and to defend its positions. And maybe some experts believe even counter-attack in some areas.
And how safe is the capital, Kyiv, where you are?
At this point, the situation in Kyiv is stable. Nothing extraordinary is happening. Also, we are hearing from the Ukrainian military officials that the defense of Kyiv is also growing, and that additional groups, attack groups, are formed in order to ensure better protection of the capital. Because Ukrainian officials believe that, and Ukrainian intelligence also report that Kyiv still is still one of the targets for Russian forces, and the best case scenario for Russian forces is definitely the capture of the capital. So yeah, so additional defense lines and defense groups are getting ready. Also, this also in line with the talks about this upcoming offensive, which is planned for, well, which everyone is waiting for in the beginning of summer.
And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has fired the head of the state guard, Serhiy Rod, following a failed assassination plot. What's the latest on this, Anna?
Yeah, so there will be changes in the structure, in the leadership, especially of this structure. And at this point, there were no announcement who will replace the head of the State Defense and State Security Bureau. But definitely, certain actions are definitely taking place. It's not really very public, and I cannot say that there are a lot of details about what's going on. What we know for sure is that there are replacements and that investigations are ongoing, that 2 people were detained, those who are considered by the investigation as those who were supposed to act and to take hostage president and kill him, and also not only him but also a number of other high officials, military officials of the Ukrainian state. So I think that we will be hearing more about this particular about these changes and about additional replacements within the structures sometime soon.
Anna, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.